Okay, so I first begin with the current sensor. Um, to describe its working and how it measures the current. So basically, we provide voltage at this point, and the current basically passes through this switch and from this LED to the current sensor. Here within this current sensor, actually there is a Hall element which basically works on the principle of Hall effect. So when this current passes through this sensor, it produces its own magnetic field, and actually that magnetic field disturbs the path of electron on a Hall element, and hence it creates a potential difference between the plates, and that potential that the voltage being produced by potential difference is directly proportional to the magnitude of magnetic field of electric current. So the stronger the magnetic field, the stronger will be the voltage produced, and so from the voltage being produced, we can analyze our current output current. So current is basically measured in two ways. The first one is direct way, and the second one is indirect way. Direct way is using Ohm's law, but here we're using indirect means by using Hall effect sensor. If I can show you the diagram, yeah, here you can see it. Actually, the Hall element is this. When the current passes through the conductor, it produces this magnetic field. So that magnetic field disturbs the path of electron, causing the electron and proton to cause a potential difference, and hence that potential difference causes the Hall voltage, and that voltage is absolutely proportional to the magnitude of magnetic field that current produces. So and that capacitor I have attached to the pin 6 is basically for the detection of noises. And the second one I want to discuss is the voltage sensor. This voltage sensor is nothing but a potentiometer connected with the Arduino pin A4. So basically increasing resistance which results in the voltage control device, and hence we can get our desired voltage, so we can acting as a voltage sensor, and we can get our data on Arduino with the simulation. And the last one is basically a data logger, which includes a DHT11 sensor. It is basically collecting the data of the temperature and humidity, and that temperature and humidity data is basically linked to the real-time clock BS1307. And this clock basically stamps the data to the readings of the humidity sensor. It means that whenever a reading of temperature and humidity is being taken by the sensor, that time is being given to the sensor. Hence, at that time, you can say that the a proper time is being stamped to the readings of the temperature and humidity sensor. For example, if it shows us time that this reading was taken at this interval and in the second interval, so it can just tell us about the different intervals, give the readings at different intervals of time. And after that, we discussed the last one is the SD card. What is its purpose is because is that the real-time clock and the data from the DHT11 sensors combine with each other. Hence, that the data being driven, that just comes to the SD card. SD card just stores it within itself, and this data can run over long periods of time, and whenever we need it, we can just remove the SD card and connect it to the device we want. Hence, we will get a data will be stored for a very long time. Now the pins, after the discussion of the circuit being discussed, what are the pins that he is connected to? Actually, we can connect the SD card to the pins whatever we want, because its pins are just defined for this purpose. I mean, these pins are called SPI pins, which means serial peripheral interfacing. The pin number 50, its name is MISO. Now, MISO basically means master input slave output. So it basically sends data from the sensor to the Arduino. Now the second one pin MOSI, it basically it basically sends data from the Arduino to the sensor, and this one is the SCK, which actually creates a constant clock signal in which output of data transfers And that one being said, last one is a slave select. It basically acts as a barrier, act as a switch to which to which sensor it one actually the Arduino can communicate with by setting a different voltage level. If I can just show you the meaning, I just saved here. Yeah, you will see it. Mozi, this line carries data from our Arduino to the SPI control device, and that I have just told you. SC is a serial clock that just produces a continuous signal on which output data transforms. Okay, so I guess that's all it. Okay. Yeah, one thing I forgot to mention that this clock basically uses pin 20 and 21, which are STA and SCL. These are called 12C address. STA stands for serial data line, and SCL stands for serial clock line. And serial clock line is basically the signal, clock signal that Arduino generates is to synchronize the output of different devices on 12C address. And serial data line is basically the data carrier of all devices. So the real-time clock which shows time is basically connected to these things. Now to conclude, the last step is basically the RxD and TXD. It is basically a virtual terminal that shows the information from the Arduino that we comment on it. It just appears on this screen. And after being just explained this whole circuit, I will perform the simulation and we will analyze it together. What happens? So to actually put the file in the Arduino, we have actually put our file in a hex file in this program file. This hex file can be converted with Arduino and whatever. Okay, so, first I will explain you the code a little bit. Here you can see my code. Yeah, here I will include the libraries, include spi.h and st.h. These are two libraries which are basically used for the SD card. SPI pins, because it uses SPI pins, so that's why it uses SPI library, sdl.h for the SD card to store data in it, dst.h basically for the DHT sensor, and RTC library.h basically for the RTC to store time, month, and year. This part is for the current sensor. I have just defined pin A7 sensitivity. Sensitivity changes for the different versions of ST7 amp. For the 5 amps, it might be 5. For 30 amps, it might be 66 millivolts. So this observe what is the constant. DHT pin I have defined, and chip select is basically the information from the SD card to the Arduino. And the file, I just created a file where we can just save our data from the humidity sensor and the real-time clock within it. RTC to initialize this, and this is just the code RTC. These are some conditions which I have just put in the setup code. For example, if RTC does not, if the circuit could not find any RTC, so it would just print this message. And if the RTC is not running, but it is connected to the Arduino, it will just print this message for the initializing SD card. If the SD card is not spread and if it's initializing failed. And yeah, this file I created because it can just save data and file write, which will be saved in this my file form. And yeah, then I just created two functions. For the first one, I created the logging time. This would collect all the time from the RTC DS1307 real-time clock, and just save in the data.txt file, which will just move to the SD card. Plus, to have a value of humidity and temperature, I created another function, and the same process will go to this that I performed for the earlier one. It will just save as a function, and at the last, and this function is just for the loop where the current values are, where the voltage values are being showed, because it will just give data from the take the data from the Arduino, and it would for output to be shown, it would sensor the value that is taken from the Arduino should have been converted into voltage. So basically, there is a formula to convert analog voltage to a voltage that can be readable voltage. And after that, it's the ADC volts. It's just same. The ADC voltage is basically the voltage that has been produced as a result of magnitude of electric field. So after that, from that voltage, we can actually convert our current. So current value is being converted to this by this formula, and actually we can have a current. And at the last, from all this, we have just called our function of time and humidity, which are just doing their works. For example, these two functions actually getting their data from the humidity sensor and our RTC time clock, and actually putting it into SD card, and so we can get our output from these two functions. Excuse me. So that was all, and now we should run the simulation so you can get the better idea. Okay, so here I just run the file, debug. So here you can see initializing SD card. As there is no SD card in here, the message will absolutely show initializing failed. Voltage, I have just set here 5 volts and resistance is 0, so it would be 5 volts. Raw sensor value is basically the value of the value that the current sensor is being obtained from this pin, and this voltage millivolts is basically the result that this current is producing in this Hall element as a result of magnetic field, and the current is basically we are summarizing by computing the results of the voltage from this to calculate the current. Now after this part, we have a current and voltage part being done. We come to the data logger part. Here the data logger part is basically showing the date which it should show, and it is showing the time 19:12:35. Failed to read from the DHT sensor. I don't know whether the sensor is not working, but yeah, here you can see humidity 80% and temperature 97%. At this time, it has shown its value 19:12:43. So you can say it in just at the 43 second, it is its humidity 87. Now it can change its humidity to uh, yeah to 77. So at the 43 second, this interval is 80%. So as I have changed humidity, it should change its value as well with a different time. Here you can see at the 43 interval, the humidity was 80%, but at the 51 second, the humidity is 77%. So basically this data logger is actually working as we were expecting, and the whole software is working. And if you have any query about this simulation, you can ask me. I will upload the code and the files along in the description. And I hope you have a good day. So, Allah Hafiz.